Good morning. I'm Michelle McNabb, Librarian Manager of the Family History and Genealogy Center at the Danish Immigrant Museum in Elkhorn, Iowa. In the autumn of 1911, Paulus Falk came to Elkhorn to attend the college for the winter season. We continue with his account of the changes he found since a disastrous fire at the college the preceding year. After dinner, on our first day, we chatted with Reverend Laursen, who asked us what we thought of the new building. We told him that it was a great improvement over the old one, that the new lighting system looked all right to us and would be much easier to take care of than the old kerosene lamps. He then went on to extol the advantage of the new system, saying that gas had a softer light, so it was easier on the vision than electricity. It was not subject to the capriciousness of the weather caused by down lines, etc. And the school had its own gas machine, so they could make their own gas cheaper than electricity could be brought in. While in the dining room, I noticed that it was much roomier than the old one, with longer tables. The entrance to the girls' dorm was on the north side of the dining hall, so they did not have to go outside in order to get to their meals as they had the year before. We also said hello to Marie Fries, our cook from the previous school year. We knew and appreciated her cooking and were very glad to see her back. That afternoon, I visited quite a bit with my sister. She, of course, had to have all the news from home. I also met the rest of the group that were there for the entire year. About 6 were from Elkhorn who had finished the 8th grade at the public school that spring, and they were taking their first year of high school work at the college, as there was no public high school in Elkhorn, only the grade school. It was one of Laursen's plans to develop an accredited academic department so that the Elkhorn youths and others could get their secondary education there. When darkness set in, we got the opportunity to try out our new lighting system. It was quite a change from the old kerosene lamp, both as to looks and illumination. In the dining room, we found another welcome transformation compared to our old one. Just inside the door, we found a light fixture. Another was located near the stairway leading to the girls' dorm. These extended from the wall, and a chandelier with 3 branches was located near the end of one long table where the supper service had been set. There were a couple of these suspended over each of the tables. Quite a change from those old kerosene lamps. The next day, 3 of our old classmates from Minden, Nebraska arrived, Elmer and Arthur Jensen and Alfred Johnson. They also were early birds wishing for a choice of rooms. We registered that day and made our advance payments. I ended up with 4 subjects plus Jim, and these were to be a daily occurrence. I went into Miss Lund's literature class, which she had arranged so that it became a complement of what we had had the year before. Thus I received a full year of American literature at EHC. I took physical geography with Mr. Paulson, and another class with Miss Lund, and had a subject with Mr. Hansen, but those have slipped from my mind. We had a formal opening for the winter term the Sunday after it commenced. As usual, for such occasions, the hall was filled. A number of hymns were sung. Reverend Laursen delivered the welcoming address, which was followed by some sketching by the art teacher, Miss Cleveland. I also recall that she had quite an exhibition of art and needlework. This was followed by a couple of musical selections which closed the meeting. The assembly hall extended the full length of the first floor of the north wing, so it could be converted into 3 classrooms if needed. This arrangement was made possible by 2 sets of 2 doors side by side across the room, forming the partitions. These doors were constructed on the principle of the old roll-top desks, but these had receptacles at the top into which the doors rolled when they were pushed upwards. We'll hear more about Paulus Falk's observations and classmates next time. I'm Michelle McNabb from the Danish Immigrant Museum. Ha' det godt i dag.